Hello traders, welcome back to the channel. This is Junoy with Trading the Charts Pro, and this is one more session of Market Outlook. Now in this video, we're going to talk about where can the S&P 500 go in this coming week. Same thing as the ES futures. We're going to use technical analysis and also, our experience trading the market to try and anticipate where we think this market is actually going to go this week. All right, so um, let's jump right into the charts and see, what we're looking at and where we're gonna find some opportunity this coming week. All right, so here I have a daily chart of the ES futures, and we've talked about this in the last session. We talked about the W. Okay, talked about the W ran up. Then we talked about the flag consolidation, and then we said we're anticipating a breakout. We got the breakout. How far did the breakout go? The breakout ran the exact length of the pole. Okay, that is the exact length we run from the breakout up to the high right here. Now we've got to the high, or we've made a higher high, than this high right here. And now we're starting to run into problems. This is the all-time high, because you can see it over here on this side. With the coronavirus getting worse and worse and worse and worse every day, I don't know. I really don't know if I'm really expecting or thinking that this market is going to, come back and test this level. Plus, we're also in the middle of earnings season right now, and earnings really is what's going to tell us if this market is going to continue, to be bullish, at least up to, this 330 something level, or we're going to get a major breakdown and come back somewhere down here, which is going to be a reset before we actually decide to try and recover and go higher. All right, but none of that has happened yet. So as of now, what I'm actually seeing is that we have an uptrending support level right here. We pull back to the right at this level. We pull back the right here. And also, if you look back here, that is exactly where we are. All right, that's one support. Also, if you look at the resistance of the flag consolidation that we had right here, this level was a resistance level, became support inside here. Now we break out and we're right back at that level, as well as we're back to the uptrending support line. I must also say that though we're back to a support level, I'm seeing where we have broke the 8 period moving average, which is the short-term period moving average, and now we're right at the 20. So this is a very, very critical level. If we're not able to hold this level and we end up breaking down, coming back down to here, yes, there's still a potential to bounce from here and continue moving higher. So I want to be on the lookout for a potential bounce from this exact area where we are and start to move back higher. Or I'm going to see if this market decides, that it wants to break down, break through this double support level and start to come back down. If it breaks this level, I'm looking for it to, come back somewhere down here to this level. Why? Because this was support, and that is the closest place I would actually be looking for it to come back to. All right, so that's the first outlook, is I'm expecting a bounce right in this area and start to move back higher if we're strong enough, if we have enough momentum. If not, I'm looking for it to pull back down, find a little bit more support further back into the flag consolidation zone, and then potentially breaking out and moving back higher. All right, because we're still making higher highs and higher lows as it is right now. So for that reason, there's nothing has indicated to me yet that, hey, we need to no longer be looking at this market bullish and start to set up to put in our shorts. Tonight or in this outlook, I want to get a little bit more granular. So I'm going to bring in another chart, which is a smaller time frame, to show you guys how I'm looking at the smaller time frame as well. Okay, so let's just do this real quick. All right, so here we have hourly chart of the ES S&P 500, and you can see as soon as we came up, we make the high, we break down. You can see inside here that all the short-term moving averages broke down below the longer term one. So as it is right now on the hourly chart, we're in a downtrend, which this is it can be a very short-term downtrend. All right, we came down. What was very interesting is that this resistance level right here held as support right in this area. When we got back here initially, we break down, try to hold, we build a bear flag, and then we broke down lower. All right, but when we got down to this lower level of support, which this is a strong one, because you see that we consolidated it in this zone for quite a few days before we actually broke out of this zone and run back higher. All right, so now we are here. We came down one time, came down two time, came down three time, and then we try to bounce up a little bit, and here we are kind of building something that looks like a bear flag in the short term. So are we gonna come back down again and get another test, and then we rock it off and start to move back up higher to the upside? So for right now, I do believe that we can get a bounce at that level. Guys, if we do not get a bounce at that level and we break the support area, it's not going to be very nice, because the nearest support level from here, major support level, is going to be somewhere down here. Yes, we have a short-term level here, we have a short-term level here, but I show you on the larger time frame that if we break down, this was the next critical support level that we were actually looking to come and test. What would actually bring us down that low? We have just started earnings season. A few companies have reported. So far, it hasn't been as bad as some people was expecting. Some companies beat earnings, some came in right at the mark, some did better than expected. But we're actually going into this week where we're going to see more critical companies, more companies that are more, that brings more information in terms of how the market did or the economy did overall. And when we get those numbers are really going to decide or show us if we're going to hold this support level or we need to be back down here. So as it is right now, I'm just very, very, very cautious. I'm not 60% bullish and 40% bearish. Right now, I'm a 50-50% both. But what does that mean? It means that I'm watching the market very carefully, specifically what it do in the next day, because really one more day of data will show us clearly where this market is going to go from this point on. All right, so if you like the contents that I put out in this video, just give me a thumbs up, and I look forward to see you in the next market outlook. Trade safe, don't risk too much, and make sure you're analyzing the charts properly before you jump in and take any trade. I look forward to seeing you in my next video.